Hello, and welcome to another episode of Just Wing It with KSP RP-2. So, yes, I screwed up my staging there. That I noticed fairly early on in the flight. So we're trying once again to fulfill the rocket plane contract. This is, I think, the third time. So there was the one where I borked up the landing and killed KT, and then the one where the engines failed, so we couldn't get to the proper height and speed. Uh, I'm just, I have to make sure I don't pass 15 kilometers before getting, yeah, we're fine. We're definitely going to make it. So we need to go past 400 meters per second before reaching 15 kilometers, and we have to reach 15 kilometers. So there's the first one. And there's a second one. Now we just need to land this safely. And we lost an engine. But should be fine. Second failure, but yeah. Oof. Okay. That's a bit less ideal because now will be a bit more nose heavy. Um, and well, the other question is how much that affected our flight path because, yeah, I'm still functioning with like following a strict profile, English. Um, though this is actually not the same profile as before because with unlocking of the next aircraft technology node, we unlocked better air launches. So they start faster and are higher. So I think we started at 9,100 meters in altitude and 175 meters per second, which just meant that in case of an engine failure, we had more chance of like making the contract requirements. Okay, so now I want to, no, that's, but yeah, still also from here. I just find it's not as, no, but at this moment it's not going to be, yeah, the space center is probably around here. So let's throttle down to get rid of that engine failure. Notice, kind of see the space center. I forgot to install the navigation mod, so, but it doesn't look like there's too many clouds. Let's, I don't know why it keeps drifting a little bit to the right. I don't know if that's just because the direction they start us is not perfectly west, or if there's an imbalance in the plane, which I don't see how it could be with using mirror symmetry and all. Um, but yeah, I tried this just before starting recording, like to practice the landing again, and I barely made it. So now that the engine's cut off a little bit, it might be a problem, but we still burned all the fuel, so it's just a matter of gliding this thing properly to the ground. Or not to the ground, to the runway, because we want that extra rotation. Oh, there is the runway. Good. Let's align this a little bit better. Yeah, that's good enough for now. We'll worry more about it when we get closer. I do have to say though, just in case people are leaving comments and suggestions and I'm apparently not following them, uh, I have been struggling with my video editing software. I just was trying to use the one that comes with Windows, and it's a big pain to cut things at the right moment with such long videos. It's not very precise. So I am looking to like see which other like free software I can install. So at this point in time, I still haven't even released the first video. Um, yeah, let's say it's more fun to record them than to edit them. uh, so yes, if anybody has made a comment and I haven't acted on it, it's because of that. Okay, so I found that the best profile is to just well, always keep the prograde vector like just shy of the runway. Um, I have to make sure I don't lose too much speed, but it's going down at a very decent pace. I will deploy the first level of flaps at 5,000 meters in altitude, the second level at 3,000, and the third at 1,000. And that should leave me at a very nice. So maybe I will do 421 instead because I arrived like in my test run. I arrived at pretty much stall speed. I could no longer pull up, and I was just shy of the 10 meters per second of vertical speed. And if I land going down any faster than that, first of all, we might crash, and also we don't get the bonus. So I really need the repetition. Let's not screw this up. Okay, we're on final approach, almost at 4,000 meters. So first level of flaps, and we need to now align ourselves properly with the runway. I won't do the final landing from this view. I have done it in one of my practice, but I think actually I was recording that in one of the simulations. But yeah, I don't feel comfortable with it. Second level of flaps. Let's keep the noise pointing at the start of the not the nose, the prograde vector, which actually now is above where the nose is pointing. And let's go full flaps now. Nope. And landing gear. Okay, I should really stop playing with the cockpit and why is oh yeah, don't scare me with okay, no, don't roll too much. Okay, no, we are coming in faster this time, so I have to pull up a little bit. Come on, bleed energy, bleed energy. Below 100 meters per second. I did not see your vertical speed. I hope it was under the required limit. Oh, we survived. We survived. Yes, and we got all three. Perfect. Ah, good. Let's recover this. Okay, so Liselot would go again on a vacation. Our reputation is still in the gutter, but we're getting back up there. And now let's see what new mission we get. So now we get the high altitude one. Design, build, and launch a crew rocket or plane to put a person into the high atmosphere above 50 kilometers and return home safely. So for one, we need to unlock the X2 cockpit. It's the same cockpit, it's just like upgraded version, so we don't need to. Well, okay, I say we don't need to change the plane. Yeah, we do need to change the plane because we haven't even gotten past 25. So uh, yeah, this won't do. Optionally, landing back at the runway will award extra rotation. Yeah, we're not playing from the Cape. This is a series of 5 contracts. Okay, so I'm going to get a lot of landing practice and possibly a lot of chances to kill Kerbals. of which two have been completed. After 5 completions, the X-Planes Carmen Line contract will become available. Oof, the last contract of this program. But we still have a lot of research left to do because I think we still need 2 nodes before we have a cockpit that can keep our Kerbals alive at the Carmen Line. Or past 75 kilometers, I think it's the ceiling for the X2. So reach 50 kilometers, launch a new vessel, have at least 1 crew member, reach 50 kilometers. It doesn't say it has to be a rocket plane, so I mean, honestly, jets are useless above like 25 kilometers, something like that, and at that point they're just dead weight, so it's going to be a rocket plane. There's no. What is this? This is an altitude of 20 kilometers and velocity of 550 meters per second. Hmm. The reward of this contract will slowly increase over time, but will be reset to 0 after each completion. Okay, so it might actually be wise to give it a try this first. Like going from 15 kilometers to 50 is a big leap. And we will get extra reputation, which we sorely need. How much is the 14 only? 18 if we. This is 28. Yeah, we're definitely doing this one. Okay. But I think first we need this. So let's go to the technology requirements. Okay, so first thing, I think we want to get the. I'm not going to get it right now because I think I'm going to give priority to the jet mission. But we are going to have to get the XLR 11, which is it powered the X1. Apparently, early X15. I don't know what kind of achievements the early X15 had. So we need to get this one. It's throttleable-ish. I'll explain more about it once we use it. We want this upgrade, which is the one I was talking about. We already have the air launch level upgrade. There is an air launch level upgrade here as well, which we might need this for the 50-kilometer contract. Altitude is limited to 13,750 meters and speed to 272 meters per second. So a decent increase. Okay, so now let's see. We're already. I have to remind myself of where we are each time I go back to the game. We're going to unlock material science. We have this rocket already building. Perfect. So that's the. What is the mission we have? Yeah, downrange distance 530 kilometers. Okay, yes. So we already have this rocket building. So I think it's time for building the plane, which we already have that build as well for. Okay, so this is the plane that I tested before. It's, if I remember correctly, I did a simulation on camera and then decided to modify it. Yes, we were at 30 minutes of burn time, and then I lowered it because I thought it was excessive, especially because it was all at full throttle, which we don't need. Actually, I could have. How much is it to do this bloody thing? 838. Because apparently when I thought like, okay, it's weird that I needed such big tanks for a jet engine. And I forgot that I had lowered the utilization for the rocket plane, which then I just grabbed the same tank. Ah, that was foolish of me. No, but anyways, like this engine is quite long, so I needed the length anyways. Um, and yeah, I'm not going to bother stitching around with it just to make it slightly shorter, especially because we still need to tool it. So okay, so it's 800 and what 30 something, less 850, let's say, for tooling that. We do need to K57 Avon. Okay, no, so it was the heaviest one, right? Sapphire. No, it wasn't. Avon. 2000 funds. Manageable. What else do we need? The air intake shouldn't be too expensive. 400. Okay, yeah, so we can definitely afford everything. So let's just get all this. Engine. Avon. And I seriously hope it was that one. Otherwise, I just spent for nothing. Um, I don't need to unlock the X2 cockpit for this mission, so I won't bother with that. Um, and yes, tooling. It's only this one. Um, name. What shall we go for? Okay, so yeah, not very creative, but I think I'm going to go for flying insects for the X-planes. Um, there is one in particular that I would, but I think I want to keep that name for a shuttle or something, and that is Firefly, because obviously, well, there's the insect, but also the TV show and the ship class. So I think that deserves a more uh, a vessel that's going to have a longer service. Um, so let's go Dragonfly. 1,488 funds to build this. I have no idea how long it's going to take. 550 days. Why on earth? I think I. Okay, I'll check the engineers. But. Oh, I have the. Wait, so then why was I able to buy it? I mean, already interesting. So I was able to buy it even though I haven't gotten the technology. Wait, let's check this. Um, I don't know what's going on. Here's the Avon Turbojet, and we already unlocked this one. What gives? I think maybe because we had a different config, but why? Okay, let's. So, uh, uh, with jet engines, it shouldn't be that much of an issue because they don't have to have like different ratios of fuel and oxidizer since the oxidizer is just the air. But I still prefer to change the like reset the fuel just in case. And we have 50 minutes. Why? Okay, so I'm going to tweak this again and then um, I think I'll do a quick flight, but I think I'll just do that off camera just to make sure the change in configuration just didn't change anything too much. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so quick update here. I won't show you this entire flight, but yeah, so I tested the plane with a config that was available to me, and it didn't have enough juice to reach the 350 meters per second. So instead of I'm trying the J57, the version that we have access to does have uh, almost twice the thrust as the one we were using. So let's test it out. It is either a much, no, it's not a much lighter engine. It's a more evenly distributed engine because the machinery reaches all the way up to here. So our center of mass was much more far forward. So I had to move the landing gear much more far forward, much further forward. English again. So I am worried about scraping the tail off here, but let's see. Okay, we're off. That was a very violent nose up, but we didn't scrape the engine off, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to like see if this is good enough to get to the contract requirements, and just push it to the limit, and then practice landing with it again. So you don't need to see that again. I'll just give you an update when I'm done. Or maybe I'll show the landing just for the fun of it. Okay, so I have tested this plane with the new engine. It can reach 350 meters per second, so that's good enough for the contract, and it can reach 450 meters per second, which is what we need for the supersonic science. So I'm going to include that. I don't think I will try to go for the altitude, 25-kilometer altitude record with this aircraft. I think I'll give priority to the science. So, let's see. I mean, I don't want to have to wait for something. Okay, I really need to. No, full. Okay, I need to focus on this. No, probably we do need a little bit of throttle. Also, landing gear, please. Thank you. This is a simulation. Um, I don't know why instead of the simulation warning we have the activate Windows warning here. I don't know what that is all about, but oh, we're stalling. We're stalling. Uh, is okay. It wasn't stalling. I think I should have really had far for this. So let's see if we get a stall warning from this. I'm a bit to the right, but okay, that's a nominal. I can't see my horizontal, my vertical speed, but it does a nominal. Oof, that was rather rough, but we're. Oh, what was that? I didn't like that. Brakes are on, right? Yes. Um. Yes. So that was interesting, but yeah, it works. I'll just have to iron out the details of the landing in future simulations that I will do off camera. Uh, let's go back to Space Center. Okay, so yes, here's the craft. I have it with 20 minutes of flight time. I could probably do with a little bit more, but and by that I mean like it could handle it with like the extra weight of the fuel, but I don't think it's necessary. So the tank is tooled. We do have the config that they want, yes, so let's just purchase this. And that means we should be able to build this, right? And yeah, this is what I mean with like now the landing gear is quite far forward, so I need to be careful on takeoff not to pull too hard on the stick or the engine will hit the ground. Probably taking off with flaps will help us. This time they are quite close to the center of mass. So I'll make sure to use them. And by that I mean I will probably forget, but I'll try. I haven't, yes, so. Okay. Oh, I think I might have got it twice. Yes, okay. No need to do it twice, yes. And it's 542 days, so let's see what we can do about that. We have 20 assigned and we can have maximum of 52. Can I afford to have 52? Okay, so how does that affect the landscape? 361. Okay, yeah, definitely helped. It did take a... Okay, let's hire 5 more. 89. 309. Here we're at the maximum. Ah, the hell with it. 5 more. 271 days. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. I still haven't accepted the contract because yeah, it's going to take quite a while to build the plane, and I only have 3 contracts available. Like I can only have 3 active at the same time, without including the record contracts. So yeah, I don't see me running out of slots, but just in case, there's no reason to have it right now. I'm going to run a few simulations to see if because we still have the other plane already built, so maybe I'll still give priority. I'll see if we can reach 550 meters per second. But let's do that later. Let's give our pilots a little bit of a rest, and let's take care of um, the sounding rocket launch. What's the contract? The downrange distance. So I'll be back with that. Let me check that I have it active, the contract. Yes. 570 kilometers. Okay, final mission for the day, and we have a night launch, and I don't need that atmosphere autopilot, so let's not do that. No, because that will probably screw up the mission profile. Okay, so here we have the contract and the requirements. And let's go for eye candy. Why are my plumes having a rave though? I need to check what happened here. Like, what is this? Uh, I also noticed that with the uh, what happened there? Okay, nothing. With the Araby, I don't know why is it. It's it has weird colors. It's making weird sounds. What's going on here? I have no clue. Oof, we're hitting up actually. Uh, was it a very shallow profile? Yeah, I think it went shallower than when I tried it. I don't know if there wasn't any failure. Okay. Hmm. That might be a problem. Ah, I forgot to increase the electric charge. Oh well. We'll miss out on some science. It shouldn't matter for the contract. The question is, with the weird launch profile, will we get there? Let's look at, uh, yeah, Orion and the Pleiades, Galway Coast. I was looking for the Magellanic Clouds, but I think they're below the horizon. Yes. Okay, so quick update. We're still going up, and we have passed 300 kilometers downrange, so more than halfway there. So that's a good sign. It looks like this will be completed. Okay, we're back in the atmosphere, and well, there is the danger that it will slow us enough that we won't make it, but that shouldn't be the case, even if Earth is shallow. Yeah, still, definitely there was no problem. We're still 80 kilometers up, and we've completed the contract. Perfect. Unfortunately, I cannot destroy the rocket because we ran out of electricity, but um, like there's no light, so I'm going to assume there's no CDs here. So we won't be landing this on anyone's head, hopefully. Um, okay, yeah, so I'll just follow this to its doom, and I'll meet you back at mission control to see what we get next. Oh yeah, I'll just show these are rewards. Okay, so we're back at the Space Center. Uh, so what I wanted, well, yeah, let's just see where we're standing. Uh, we're chipping away at our negative reputation, slowly but steadily. We now have 200 days for the Dragonfly, which would be the next mission, unless I decide to go for. Well, actually, no, because well, I can put the engines back on this and try to see if we can get the rocket planes contract that we have. Which, yeah, I'm actually going to do this. I might include it quickly in the video, but I won't do the whole flight, obviously. Mm, But first, I wanted to see how we're doing with the programs. We're 1953. So we still have 3 and a bit 3 years and like 3.5 months for the rocket development. And yeah, we need to start thinking about building another launch complex for bigger rockets. But I don't know if we can afford it, and I don't want to get rid of the current launch complex because we will need it for this one, or at least it will be useful. So yeah, let's see. And here, yeah, we still have uh, 6.25 years. So, and we already saw the final contract, well, the Karma 9 contract in the horizon. So that's good. Um, yeah, here we're still in the 3000, and it feels still quite far away, but that's because of the limits of the rockets we can build. Okay, so at this point, yeah, I think we need a new launch complex. We had, what, 750 units of sounding rocket payload? So, and I followed it all the way to its death, and we reached 650 kilometers, so 5 units less, it's not going to make the difference, definitely. uh, so yeah, I think we need a bigger rocket, and for that we need a new launch complex. So I'll ponder about that, and looks like we'll have a build-a-sword next episode. Can we do the intermediate one? Not really. I mean, the difficulty difference between the intermediate and difficult ones are just ridiculously non-existent. Like 10 kilometers less and 40 units of sounding rocket payload less. Really? Uh, anyway, so let's just quickly check this, and that'll be it for today. 500 meters per second and reach 20 kilometers. Okay, here we go with a night launch, because we don't have to land anyway, so it doesn't matter. What's with the clubbing lights? Like, really? I'll have to check on this. Okay, so we don't have enough juice for the contract. There is one rather simple solution that we can do, and that's add another RV here. We don't have space for many more, but that's still an option. So I'm going to try that off camera. And I'm also going to see what the hell is going on with the plumes. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.